Hey guys, I just wanted to put a little notice at the start of this video that I set up a Patreon. Obviously don't feel pressure to donate to it. I completely understand if you don't want to or if you can't afford it or whatnot, but if you do feel like it, it is there. I just wanted to have it as a thing just in case anyone felt inclined to donate to it. And if I do get donations, I'm going to sit down and make it a point to upload every single week without exceptions, just because I feel like I could do with some structure in my life right now. And recently I have been feeling more motivated and just more focused and able to work consistently, so I would love to start doing that. As always, thank you so much for watching my reviews. Either way, I'm really glad for those of you who have stuck around and seen something in my reviews. It literally means the absolute world to me. But yeah, I guess without further ado, here's my Bandana review. People rushed to forecast a return of Mad Gibbs after 2014's Pinata, whose splashy beats drove an incessantly graphic picture of Freddie's past in the drug hustle. It's the most stirred most people, me included, have ever been by his presence on the mic, and its electrifying craft earned it this untouchable status. And talk of Bandana has hovered over hip-hop circles for years, to the point where it's come with this soaring expectation. I've seen review after review centered around whether it reaches some supreme standard that it shouldn't have been anticipated to anyway. Do you know how hard it is to follow up something that blew people out of the water after 5 years of growth and change? I'd recommend keeping the slate as clean as possible when you approach this album. With that being said, my expectations weren't astronomical or anything. I'm not sentimentally attached to Pinata, but unfortunately Bandana's foundation is similar. It's just the subtle details that took it the extra mile. Its wit, versatility, Madlib's propulsive input were lost in translation this time around. My enjoyment of this album is hanging by a thread. Its ear-pricking points are strategically spread out between empty spaces, so I can't disregard it entirely, but I can't say many tracks beg a re-listen either. It most consistently sways me in vocal melodies and hooks, so tracks like Cataracts or Crime Pays go down easiest, or when Freddie's flow changes in an outburst like in the first verse of Flat Tummy Tea. This fury also nearly saves Fake Names from its limp lyrics and beat too. And that's the thing, Madlib's production is more skeletal, but predictable. I don't necessarily commend him for producing this on an iPad if he could have turned out fresher creativity using professional equipment. Sure, in some cases beats are slick and smart, like Crime Pays' use of floating electric pianos and wash of hammering cymbals in the hook, or the vocal samples and drum barrages provoking an anarchy in massage seats. I like where it brings in static, but I wish it was more mindful of texture, cause too often the drum timbres are dry, the soul sampling's cliche, and maybe a few more layers could add some body, like the pianos do to Freestyle shit. Which by the slimmest margin has the album's most appealing writing, especially in the way Freddie channels how he felt like just a naive kid when he was shoved into this game. Occasionally he seems triumphant to have survived his past, like in Situations' reflective hook backed by lush cascading vocal samples, but I wish I could find any indication of how he feels about this situation elsewhere. Jesus fucking Christ. Too frequently, the lyricism reads as a mishmash of surface-level observations that should induce a harrowing picture. There are few punchy bars or rhyme schemes that faze me remotely. I just hit walls left and right, even when I'm fucking laser focused in. And it's pretty revealing to hear how overshadowed Freddie is by the features in Yanis and Education and Palmolive. Just look at Mos Def and Black Thought knocking it out of the park directly before his verse. Or how Pusha T's bars are dense and they raise questions and interpretations, and even when he shoots more abstract, the scene painted is more tangible. Which reminds me that it's not the subject matter, it's not the genre, the album just doesn't hit, and it makes me sure that to me Bandana is a 6. Maybe it's just me, but I don't see how this offers anything unparalleled by its contemporaries. It just lacks much of any zeal or character to me. It's not a bad listen, but definitely not one that I wanted to give as much time as I did. As always, thank you so much for watching this review, and I'll see you in the next one.